What's going on, guys? This is a very interesting video. It's sort of my first vlog style video on the channel. We're going to be working on a bunch of stuff. If you saw my last video, I did an axle tutorial in my 05 Accord Coupe. I did the passenger axle, driver's axle just came in, so I got to move around some vehicles and throw the driver's axle in. We're also going to be doing a VTEC solenoid gasket, a valve cover, working on the CBR. This is going to be one huge video of working on everything. It's going to be super cool. And guys, if you're new to the channel, like 99% of my viewers aren't subscribed. So make yourself part of the 1%. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Without further ado, let's get a cold start up on the 2008 Jeep Compass. I don't know why this is in my driveway. Also, if you're wondering why I'm wearing a hat, I almost never wear hats. They're cool, but I can't pull it off. I haven't showered yet. It's 7 a.m. I'm gonna wait till after I do the axle. But now, let's get a cold start up on a somewhat cooler car, my 05 Accord Coupe with a short ram intake and an OBX catback. If you are new to the channel, not subscribed, not a member yet, hit that button. But also, this is one of my cars, my 05 Honda Accord Coupe. Lowered on max speeding rod coilovers about 4 inches. It's on 2012 Civic Si 17-inch wheels, wrapped in the Hankook Ventus V2 Concept 2s. LED headlights, carbon wrap the hood. It's got an OBX catback exhaust, new cat downpipe. It's got a short ram intake up in the front. As you can see, I got this dinky little front lip that I destroyed really bad by, well, it's low. It's really, really low. Kind of destroyed it. Also have this little roof wing going on. This wing off a facelift Accord and the tinted taillights. Want to be doing a new trunk and taillight soon, so hopefully that's gone. We gotta move this thing. Sadly, it's an automatic. I know. The Prelude I have, it's a manual, I promise. We're gonna go ahead, we're gonna back this up, ride it up on blocks, and quickly pop off this driver's axle. Yeah, so the car's a little low, had to put it on some wood, but just like that, the wheel is off. So, new axle installed, took literally less than an hour. I could have knocked about 20 minutes off, but the axle got stuck inside the transmission, so it was a little difficult to get leverage on it. But the new axle's in. The problem was it was shaking a little bit at lower speeds. Totally gone. This car still needs an alignment, and it still needs one of the wheels balanced, because when I was stripping the old paint, one of the wheel weights fell off. But I'm getting the wheels powder coated soon anyway, so that'll take care of that problem. The Plasti Dip was nice to test out the color, but some fresh powder coat would make it shine real nice. Also, if you ever Plasti Dip your wheels, these suck to clean, because like you're either getting the dirt off or the dirt in the Plasti Dip, and it's more likely than not the latter of the two. So, gonna let the car cool off, then we're going under the hood. With the Accord done and all fixed, no longer shaking, which is awesome, and I'm glad it was like a $35 axle. Super cheap on Rock Auto, so if you guys need an axle, Rock Auto's your option. Anyway, this is my dad's 78 F-150 Custom. We're gonna go ahead, that's the wrong button. We're gonna take the Jeep Compass, and we gotta go grab some new parts because she decided to blow apart her 9-inch rear end. Now, I did just shower. You'd figure a 9-inch rear end would hold up to something, but I guess that American-built product works really well, huh? Anyway, before I lose subscribers for saying that, listen to her purr. So, AutoZone, like usual, total disappointment. We ordered it online from BroncoGraveyard.com, so hopefully the Ford 9-inch parts will be in. But now we're going to go ahead, we're going to work on the CBR a little bit. We're going to make sure the chain got riveted enough, because obviously that's like a super big problem if the chain falls off. We'll literally destroy the bike if it ends up getting stuck up at the front sprocket. It'll take the water pump right off. So we're going to make sure, we're going to measure it. It should be about 0.2 to 0.3 millimeters. Bigger than the factory rivet. That's how much you rivet it and mushroom it out. So we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna check that, make sure that's good. Still waiting on my Carb Rebuild kit. It's about 30 miles away in Mass, and Amazon says it'll arrive today by 9 p.m., but it hasn't left the carrier facility yet. So I'm like really nervous, and I will go to their warehouse and try to pick it up. So this is where the bike sits now. last video it started a little bit, it ran, the exhaust was done. What happened since? These mirrors are on, and the blinkers that are integrated work, as well as that new custom smoked lens taillight, which looks super sweet. So there are no more blinkers on the side, it's built into the taillight, which I love. Again, the exhaust got finished last video, so all we have to do, I want to get a little rubber bushing up on the front here because that one's blown out. So I'm going to make another one of those, the same as I did with the exhaust. Take the seat off, take the tank off, rebuild the carbs, hopefully take her for a rip today. Alright, so I'm going to take a little break from the CBR, not really like I worked on it at all anyway, but since this is nice and cooled down after my little test ride, here is my new valve cover provided by Curved Powder Coating. If you guys want to get a discount on your powder coated either valve cover, brake calipers, or other car parts, go ahead, throw him a DM or message him when you go to buy his product on his eBay store, and just tell him that Olsen Auto sent you. You'll get 5 to 10% off whatever product you buy. This is a super awesome product. It was done very, very well, and I have no complaints. This is going on the Accord. As it sits, the valve cover is off. Replacing the VTEC solenoid gasket right back here that leaks oil, and then plopping that brandy new valve cover on. I also have one more little piece right there going on, but I'll show you guys that when the motor is all back together. So this is the VTEC solenoid. I popped it was a little bit of a hassle to get off. There's 3 bolts, and then there's one holding on this metal shield. As you can see, the 3 bolts, or 2 holding on the metal shield, there, and then 3 that you can actually pull the solenoid out with. It's bolted right to the head. This is the old gasket, which had some material in it, probably not clogging it too much, but the gasket is old, it's shot, as you can see, not the best rubber. So I'm gonna throw our fresh gasket in. I'm gonna finish cleaning this and the shield so I can make sure that I fix the problem. Yeah, wasn't too bad to take off, maybe 30 minutes. Alright, so with the VTEC solenoid and the new gasket in place, I tried to punch the old spark plug tube seals out of my valve cover gasket. Because those are brand new, they're not sketchy. I have a video on doing a valve cover gasket. Thought I could reuse them, whatever. I'll eat that money. I'm going to pick up a new gasket now. Just a full gasket kit. I'm just going to take this one out, replace the whole thing, because why not? And it was only like 10 bucks more, 15 bucks more to go get the whole kit. So I'm also going to see if they have hardware, so I can have fresh hardware with the fresh cover. I really, really don't want to use old hardware. So I'm going to see if they might have this size and thread nut. But let's go to the infamous O'Reilly Auto Parts. That fresh valve cover gasket set, pretty much only for the spark plug tube seals, so that kind of sucks, but getting rid of the old one, gonna slap the new one in, then I'm gonna hammer in those new seals. Alright guys, all prepped up, say goodbye to the ugly valve cover, because the new one is going on. A little bit closer, a little bit closer. I decided to paint the dipstick white. It actually came out really, really well. Waiting on, I have a little customization for this, and then we'll be done with that. I'm not gonna be doing my new intake that I got in today. Instead of just this intake, I bought a proper bigger manifold. I'm gonna wait till I have a fuel rail and bigger injectors. Not that I need bigger injectors, but like it's kind of a flex to say you have bigger injectors. So waiting for that. Gotta get some paychecks because my pesos aren't adding up right now. Prepare your eyes for greatness. This is a completed product. Fresh red powder coated valve cover from @Curved Powder Coating. Be sure to check them out. First link in the description. And then we have the fresh Olsen Auto plasma cut powder coated metal spark plug cover with my own little touch. I actually painted a piece of metal and put it behind this because otherwise you'd just see wires. But that looks so good with the red intake. This is the final product for the Accord, and I couldn't be happier. Now, soon, not today, in another video, intake manifold, and we're getting rid of this. Alright, so with the valve cover and the custom nameplate done on the spark plug cover, I'm very proud to announce my slight partnership with Curved Powder Coating. He sells most of his stuff on eBay. He does custom valve covers and brake calipers and any other part you could really want. If you guys want to hit him up, you can either go to his eBay store, CURVD_, and hit him up on Instagram as well. He makes some awesome products, really high quality, really great finish. and it's honestly pretty cheap. I paid $125 for the full valve cover completely redone, and that's probably half of what I would have paid for a new regular valve cover. So if you message him on Instagram or you hit him up on eBay to buy one of his products, mention my name, Olsen Auto, and you'll get anywhere from 5 to 10% off. Like I said, guys, it looks amazing on my car, and I know for sure I'm going to be sending out my Prelude valve cover to have him do that one as well. But now that this car is all done and I'm still in the process of slowly putting away tools, we're going to start working on the carbs for the CBR because the Carb Rebuild kit finally came in today as well. So now I am going to be making a separate video of doing the carbs just so, because it's a kind of rare bike, I want to be able to help out anybody I can. So if someone else has one of these bikes or an F3, which is pretty similar, they'll be able to rebuild the carbs. I'm going to be doing pretty much a full rebuild. Not quite sure where the spring in here goes, but I'm not going to include any of the clips of me actually working on it here. I'm just going to pop the seat and gas tank off. I'm going to make a new bushing in the front up here through the old exhaust hanger. Right here, going to cut it down the middle and then cut it here, and it should work. But yeah, I'm going to pop this apart. It's like 3 bolts to get the tank and that off, and then rebuild the carbs and go from there. Hopefully that'll fix my fuel leak. Alright, from a bike that will run and ride to all 4 carbs sitting on the workbench here. Now I'm going to switch over to my next video where I talk about rebuilding these carbs and sort of any older sport bike carbs. It's going to be as instructional as I can make it. I am by absolutely no means a professional with carburetors, but I'm going to make it to the best of my knowledge, and whatever, if I'm wrong, the only reason I'll find out I'm wrong is if someone who knows more than me comments, and worst case I learned something. So let's go ahead and tear into these.
I think you were right, it was just so dry. Yeah, what do you got?
So, it seems like there's no longer a fuel leak. Started it up, gave her some revs. Now, I think I do need to adjust the idle adjustment screw a little bit. I'm not sure if the bike just was still too cold, wanted some choke. Obviously, it hasn't run really since March, but if I start it up, give her a little bit of choke. A little bit more choke. Again, I think I gotta play with the idle a little, maybe just let her break in. Again, dry motor, hasn't run in a long time, but not bad. Definitely not bad at all. Alright guys, so as you saw in the last clip, this CBR sounds unreal. It sounds so good. It doesn't seem like it leaks, almost said oil, fuel anymore. Definitely shouldn't leak oil. It seems like it runs amazing, and I think that's where I'm going to close out this video. I did the carb rebuild, and it sounds incredible. I'm hopefully going to take it for a ride tomorrow morning. I just got a few little touches, but probably 20 or 30 minutes. Should be riding. Just got to throw a clamp on the fuel line and make sure the chain's all set. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked it and you want to see more content like this, be sure to drop a like and hit that subscription button with the notification bell so you're notified every time I upload. If you want to check out the rest of this series where I rebuild this bike, go ahead and click the playlist. It'll go through all my videos from the day that I bought it until right now in this video. The next video you see on this bike, it is going to have a full fairing kit, and it is going to look immaculate. And I'm going to do a full moto vlog and cinematic reveal video. Like I said, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.